Hello and welcome to episode 2 of our Ovdal Lodhum campaign. In the first episode, we went over the new content that's found in the Warlord of Hellas update with Dwarven remnants, and we just followed that little bit, and then we broke out from our hold here, and we have started the process of expanding in the Dwarovar. We've also gone through the first part of our missions here. You can't see the first line, it's already gone, but that's okay. We have completed these 3 missions, and we are working our way towards the other ones. The mission we're actively working towards is securing our borders, so I need to own all 3 of these provinces, and we are about halfway done with this colony, and then we will move on to Garnet Heart. Garnet Heart. We do have a couple of things to take care of before we unpause here. The first one is ideas. So I asked you guys what idea group you think we should go with, and while there were a lot of ideas, it does seem that the most common one was quantity. We really need that manpower recovery speed as dwarves. It's going to be very important, as is gaining that increased force limit. As people like these goblins and these orcs currently have increased force limits. If you are only the remnants don't get this in the Dwarovar, I believe, as an oversimplification. But the adventurers and monsters until like 1490s, they have huge increases to their force limit. I mean, they probably have over 20,000 troops, and we currently have, I think like 11. Yeah, we have 11,000, and that's over our force limit. So that is not great. So if we do go to war, technology is going to be our advantage, and if we can get up to Tech 6, then we could probably take them on. I hope. But we're going to hold off on taking this idea, and we're going to make sure that we take Tech 6 on time, because they are almost done with this settlement, and then if they move into Argra 9, odds are there will be a war, whether we want it to be or not. Now we are making 1 crown a month here. I do need more monarch points, to be fair. I do. So let's go ahead and hire someone. Land force limit modifier would be good. Now we are at 11 of 11, so we won't be paying anything. It'd be pretty good. Another thing that someone pointed out in the comments, which is very sad, is that because the Dwarven remnant here was killed, we no longer have our development bonus, because that was a holy site, the only one that we owned, and we have lost that. So we need to go and reclaim that if we are to gain some more bonuses for our religion. And I think that was all that I needed to do beforehand. Yes, we have 2 years until I can do that. You want me to develop more? Yeah, okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and unpause here and see what happens. Now, there are no natives down here in Grogir's Crack. We killed them through a mission. So that is pretty good, because I don't have to put anyone there, and I believe my army maintenance is down, which is why we can afford another another advisor. How long till this is no longer available? 165 days. Okay, then I will wait till after the year tick, because it will get a little bit cheaper. If we look right now, it would cost 698 to take, and after the year tick, it will cost 638. So we just saved 60 monarch points right there by just being patient. So we'll go ahead and lock that in. And we now have upgraded units. Well, we don't have upgraded units, but we have stronger military for sure. Because you look, these guys right here have Tech 4. So if we are able to get to war with these guys, we may just be able to pull out a victory. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So there are old ruined rails in all of these kind of rectangle-shaped provinces, and eventually we'll be able to upgrade them. And that means that we can move super fast along the rails here, which will be really good for defending our mountains. Now, I don't know how blobby this nation gets, but there are a couple choke points in here that we can hold. So one of them, there's a choke point here. Oh, we have an heir. Hold on. Innovativeness for money. Yes, please. Good riddance. Goblins are gone. And we have a 325 as an heir. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Sorry. Right. Choke points. We have a choke point right here. That's a hold. We have another hold right here. There is a hold right here. Tyrannical nobles. Hold on. Before I click that, let me do this. Everyone's loyal. You are not loyal. Clergy's not. Let's wait a month or 2. It's gonna be more than a month or 2. Do I complete this real quick? Yes, we do. Let's encourage development. Do that. Get some money. Summon a new diet. Take land. Then make the nobility mad. That way they don't rise up. Clergy, temple, barracks, or marketplace. Temple sounds good. In fact, that's what I should spend my money on next, is building a temple here. How much is it going to be worth? Yeah. Yep, that's what it'll be. Right. There is another choke point. Where are you? Here. There's a cave. So that is an interesting thing that we will have to deal with. Then there is this right here. There's a dwarven road that goes into the rest of the Dwarovar. We'll take a look at that when we can in a little bit. And that's it. None of this connects to the outside world, which is pretty good. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 5 ways out? We can defend 5 forts. We can stake this up. Sure. Might as well. I clicked every wrong button there. Yeah, go ahead and core that. And then we need to send our troops over to here, which means we do, unfortunately, have to raise our army maintenance up. Which means we have to fire an advisor. And I think you're going to be the one that goes bye-bye. So sorry. So sorry. Yeah, we're going to let those natives destroy this colony. And then we'll move there again. It's fine. There we go. Send them on over and move on in. And let's take the first idea for quantity, getting some more national manpower going. We are still losing 2,300 troops for each of these. That's not great, but it is better than last time. Losing government reform progress. Sucks, but that's just the way it is. Yeah, let's hold off on getting another advisor here, just so I can afford that temple. It is kind of important. Okay, so can we see these guys yet? No, but we're about to be able to see them. Nice, we've expelled a goblin minority here. So now we have no gobos in our country, which is very good. We could explore a cabin of interest, but this will cost 50 crowns. 50 crowns. I would rather get our temple built first, and then we can explore that. I think that makes sense. And how much was it? It was 96. 96. Our army organizer has died, so now we have no advisors. Well, at least I'll be able to build that temple up real quick. Then we'll hire another mill advisor, because we are taking that mill idea group, so I would like to get through it as quickly as possible. It is nice that he's an inspiring leader, though. Plus 5% morale of armies is nothing to look down upon. Okay, there it is. We do need to build a fort on our capital as well. That's very important. Because if a dwarven hold gets occupied, well, bad things happen. You'll lose development, you'll get, where is it? Right here. Oh, it doesn't show it yet. But you'll see, like, you'll get a ruined hold modifier, which makes it super expensive to develop. You don't get a lot of value out of it, and you have to repair it. I don't know, maybe these guys have it here. Nope, seems that they have fixed their hold. Base tax or a stab? Yeah, thank you for the stability. I appreciate that. And let's hire that advisor. For defense, land maintenance modifier, I think is the play. Nice, and we got a free thing here. Perfect. That's going to make our temple even more valuable. They want me to develop it even more to 22, a barracks, or giving autonomy. I'm good on the whole autonomy thing. Ovdal Lodhum 22. We get barracks. Barracks would not be a terrible thing to build in our capital. But we will be doing some more development, so we'll click that in. And I actually want to get this up to, yeah, 50 development, because that means we can go to the next level of hold and we can deepen our capital. It is going to cost us 220 crowns. Hello, Merchant Guild. What are my loan sizes? 31. Okay, that's not enough money. We'll hold off then. We'll wait. But we will take those loans out momentarily. Very, very soon, I hope. Okay, well, we're making 3 crowns now, so let's go for Diplo Rep, I guess, and national tax. Yeah, we don't have any inflation growing, so let's go national tax. We'll make a little bit more that way, which is very, very good. About a third of the way done here, plus 75 a year, not too shabby. We take the next level of quantity, which is super important. That does give us the plus 20% manpower recovery speed. That is huge for us. All right, now Thieving Arrow. Let's take a look at these guys. So they have a level 3 fort. They are Tech 4. They have 34,000 troops. 34,000. Now, he is a colonialist, and he is kind-hearted, so maybe he doesn't attack us. I'm not going to bet on that, though. Not going to bet on that. That could cause an issue. Right now, they could smash us if they wanted to. I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah, quality's great, but, I mean, quantity will win the day in the end. Yeah. Not great. Not great. There's no point in improving with them either, because they're monstrous. So, monstrous races are automatically not friendly. Plus, we are expelling his race. So, that makes him even less friendly. Let's go ahead and build a spy network, just to make sure I know if he's planning on attacking me or not. An exceptional year. Just give me the money. Thank you very much. And then, just to check, I can seize land again soon. Or I could just sell titles right now. 105. That makes it to where we can go to the next level of hold, so I'm going to sell titles. That's an easy decision. That's a very easy decision. Let's deepen the capital. It'll take 9.6 years, so be it. Start that process on up. I don't know how long it'll actually take. Well, it'll take whatever it said. Okay, so I can now seize land. Sure. Up to 15. Not too shabby, not too shabby. National decisions, right. Let's explore this cavern of interest. So it's going to cost 50 crowns, 20 Diplo power, and we're going to get some kind of event that's going to pop up from exploring this cave, which is, as it said, of interest. In case you didn't pick that up. Okay. Just keep colonizing the other direction. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me in the slightest there, 34,000 troops. That's a good leader, too. A very, very good leader. Yeah, we only have 11,000 troops. Not great. Though we can start to collect trade in our home node, at least. Which is good. Cavern of interest. We found nothing. Absolutely nothing. The cavern is empty. Extremely empty. Extraordinarily empty. It feels empty even with our mining party's intrusion, as if before they entered it, it was some emptiness beyond empty. How strange. Wait, no. Nothing is less strange than Dwarovar than an empty cavern. On to the next. Really. So I lose an additional 75 crowns, and we lose 5 prestige. Well, that sucked. Okay. Well, I'm going to take 2 loans here. Do I want to do that? Probably not. Probably not. So let's just go indebted to the merchant guilds. They're cheaper loans. And so we're good. I would love to build things up in my capital, but as we are digging the hold, we cannot build anything else. We could go to the mages here. We can go cast spells. Maybe they can help us. So if we go to aid... I wanted to look at it, but I just clicked it. Oops. Well, they're going to aid construction, so construction cost and time is going to be reduced. Should have done this before I started digging the hold. I don't know if it'll apply now. So there's a good chance I just wasted money, but it's fine. We didn't need it anyways. We can complete our first national idea as well. So Legacy of Garen Orkrend. Garen Orkrend was a Castellarian adventurer who, in his quest to kill as many orcs as possible, instead found love with the dwarven woman Dwalra, returned the Sapphire Gem to the Dwarvicron, and was elected as our Lord Mayor. Even when he grew old and his orc-slaying days were long behind him, his impact on our hold continued. It was his experience against the orcs that led to a new doctrine for our army, one focused on quickly securing new lands before the enemy can react, instead of simply waiting in our hold to be besieged. And it was his glorious victories that taught us the valor and worthiness of those outside our hold. +2 land leader maneuver. Not too bad. Not too bad indeed. Love is not weak. Yeah, I have to own that. That's going to be a while. And we are in the process of colonizing this, which will be good. That gives us more global settler increase, which will be very nice. Death of a merchant. Yeah. Hey, thanks for the money. I appreciate it. Alright, we are. There we go. And Garnet Heart is fully colonized. State that up, which means we can secure our borders. As we reach out into the world around us once more, the world may well reach back. As our first priority, it would be wise to establish a perimeter in every direction to ensure that our hold cannot be approached unseen while it is still so vulnerable. So for 40 years, we gain Reclamation, which gives +10% settler chance and +30 global settler increase. Now, Legacy of Garen Orkrend, we need to own at least 6 cities and have a dig level 3. We're working on that. And down the railway. It wants me to own Argrod 9. Here's the problem with that. That puts us with a border with Thieving Arrow, who's Tech 5. They have 34,000 troops. I've already hired my mercenaries. If I put something here, odds are he declares war. Just instantly. Just instantly. Doesn't matter. Even if it says that, you know, he's kind-hearted or whatever. The Regency. It doesn't matter. They'll just attack on sight. So maybe we just go in the other direction. We just avoid this for now. At least until I could finish quantity ideas, hopefully. That might be a bit of wishful thinking, that we can wait that long. But we can try. We can try. How much money are we making from trade? Only 1.14. Not great. But that's probably because most of this trade node is, well, not colonized. That would definitely hurt the old trade value there. I do regret not building a castle first and then deepening the hold. That could come back to bite us. We shall see, though. We shall see. We have an extra colonist as well, so let's not waste that. Ooh, tech. Yeah, let's build that. Workshop will be very, very, well, not super valuable here because we have wine, and wine sucks. I think we can probably afford to split our troops here. We are going to have to hire another general. Nice, 1531. Very good. Gotta find somewhere that doesn't have a lot of troops, or a lot of natives, and the only spot is this one. No, that has a lot. Never mind, that's a lot. I guess the Dead Dwarf Depths? I don't know if we have enough troops for that. Like, legitimately, I don't know. What do you mean I have no colonists to send? Oh, I don't. That's a merchant. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Doesn't matter. Look, we're fine. I was just a joke. Haha, funny joke. Man, why am I not next to these guys? What? If I was next to Masked Butcher, I'd have a fantastic time. Only 5,000 troops? Yeah, that's a quick take. Quick snag of the land. But no, instead I'm stuck here with 34,000 goblins at my door. Argrod 11 is under attack. Noble families feud. Do I care about this? Not particularly. Go ahead and take the autonomy. Not going to lose us much money. I'd rather keep the points. Okay, they've discovered that we've done that. New organization. Some thought of our decision to favor quantity over quality was foolish, that it would lead to a decline in leadership or even make our army a bit of a joke. But they were wrong. Our new larger army has unlocked the talents of our military minds, leading to even better levels of organization. One professionalism and a cheaper level 2 army organizer. Question is, can I afford that level 2 army organizer? I think we can, and I will spend the money on it. Again, we gotta get through this idea group very quickly. Adventurers are mad, military laborers. So these are events that usually have to do with your hold when you're digging it. So let's see what it says. Though many are willing to work to construct our great hold, there are limited numbers of those willing to work. Yet it seems that we have a vast, untapped labor supply in the form of our army. Using military personnel for construction would certainly help the process, but our generals worry about the impact this move could have on our military readiness. So we must choose our priorities, our hold or our army. Our army is worthless if it has nothing to defend, so minus 10% national manpower until the end of the game, that is until it's completed, and 50 military power lost, or our hold is worthless if there is no one to defend it. Manpower is not really our bottle cap at the moment, so we'll do that. We'll say yes. Let's go ahead and try and get that hold done faster. Can I revoke land? In 1 year. Okay, well, then we'll just choose that one. Because then they're going to be loyal soon. I hope. Yeah, I hope. Okay. This is dwarf gameplay. You do kind of stay here for a while, but don't worry. Eventually, it will be much more exciting and lively, and we'll be defending for our lives. Ooh. Well, hello there. Gold. Well, isn't that interesting? And it's gold on a railway or on a dwarven road, which means it's not useless gold, like it would be if you found it in a cavern of some kind. Very, very interesting. Ancient treasure. So as the rocks fell away, our miners saw a most wondrous sight. An ancient chamber full to the brim with ancient dwarven relics, dating all the way back to the time of all Dwarovar. But even more importantly, they seem to be made out of pure, solid gold. So we can melt them down and gain a bunch of money. We can create a museum to gain prestige. We can, surely this can't be it, dig deeper, so we gain half the money and gain 15 prestige. Or it is best to leave them be. Gain 5 legitimacy and lose 10 prestige. Money! I do love me some money. Thank you, game. Alright, can I build another troop? I can build... Wow! Build 2 more troops. We're getting fancy up in here. We're going to hold off on taking this, because I want to take Tech 7 first. Military tactics is going to be a pretty big deal. And odds are, we're going to be going to war with the goblins at Tech 7. If they move up. If they don't move up, then we'll just chill. But if they do, if they start colonizing this, and there's a high likelihood they do, then, yeah, we'll have to declare war on them. Right now, how much are we making? 1.18? Man, I really need this hole to be dug faster. You know what? Yeah, let's just repay those loans off. That sounds like a good idea. 30 crowns for 200 population here, which will almost complete it. Yes, please. Yes, please. I want that gold up and running immediately, because I want to throw these Diplo points into it, because this gold can fund our early game, which sounds fantastic. Also, we can purchase an age ability. Now, there are 2 options here for us that are realistic. The first is higher developed colonies. Obviously, more development is better. The other is combat bonus in terrain of capital. If we bait the goblins back onto our capital here, that's a -2. With this, that's a -3, which is pretty huge. Especially because we have a 5 shock general. So unless they pull out a 6 shock general, we'll also be getting advantages from that. But we just don't have enough troops, so I think we have to go higher developed colonies here. I think we do. The combat bonus would be nice, but yeah, it's not an immediate concern. Though it is a pretty big concern. Nice, and that colony is fully developed. Let's go ahead and take that technology, which means we can have cannons now. That is good to go. Let's encourage development here, and let's put, yeah, a bunch of development into that, and now we're making some money. Now we're making some money. And what can I build? I can build 1 more troop. I will do that. Slowly but surely, we shall grow, even if it is in a more cowardly fashion, you could say. Let's move on into here and get that occupied. There we go. This is also giving us army tradition. Not much, but some. Goblin Minister. How dare you? How dare you offer me a goblin? No. I thought about it. I really did think about taking that advisor. Cheaper advisors are nice, but no. We shall not do it. I shall hold strong. I shall be a dwarf. We will not be accepting of the goblins and the orcs. Still have 5,000 troops. Oh, if only I could get over there quickly. But there's someone in my way. Yeah, they're just kind of in the way a bit here. Our statesman has died. That is a big sad. Let's go for improved relations, and let's revoke some crown land. Get us up above 20 again. And now I think we'll make our way to 30, because I want to make sure that this autonomy stays low. Right? I thought this gave autonomy. No, being below 20 gives autonomy, and we don't want that. Get some innovativeness from scientific instruments. I do appreciate that game. We are up to 19. Not too bad. Does help with our tech costs at least a little bit. At least a little bit. There's someone down here that's a dwarf. I would love to make contact with them. Perhaps an alliance in the early game, at least. Eventually, we will absolutely be taking them over. But early game, having that alliance right there to combat these guys would be a pretty good idea. Pretty good idea. Nice, and our hold has been dug to level 3. After many years of effort, we have finally finished the new districts of our hold. This feat of architecture and engineering offers us many opportunities for expansion in the future. Delicately strike the cute earth. So we should get our manpower back now. I'm pretty sure we did. Two of a kind. I can get a cheaper Diplo advisor, or I can just get 50 Diplo points. Well, I'm going to go for the cheaper advisor. We can afford it. Let's go for the cheaper level 2, sure. And let's start the construction of... Oh, we gotta wait. We will start the construction of a castle, I think, relatively soon. But money. But money! Alright, we'll get back up there quickly. It seems that they're busy colonizing in this direction for now, which is good. Enact a new government policy so we can have max promoted cultures or centralized bureaucracy. I don't think we're going to need a lot of max promoted cultures. I don't think that's what we're going to need. Hey, what's this? I believe this is Obligschild or something. Also, goblins, I think. So we'll have to take that off of them. And we can take Tech 7 for admin, which means we unlock a new idea group, which is going to be economic. I don't even need to ask you guys about that one. Quantity economic is absolutely the play here. Absolutely the play. Get some more land maintenance modifier. Very nice, very nice. Let's take the edict off of here. No reason for that one. Can I build more troops? Nope, not yet. Not yet. Just keeping my eye on that. Keeping my eye on that. Alright, yeah. Treasoning, it's Ovdal Lodhum. Give me the army professionalism, please. Unrest doesn't really matter. Small country, which means that we can strike down any rebels that may want to pop up. We're sitting at 2 stab too, which is not bad. Do we have prosperity? No. Right, because of devastation, because we kicked the gobos out. And I'm not going to be developing that. But if we can get that fort up and running, then I'll get rid of it. That devastation. That'd be good. Plus, it would just... This is a really good spot for a fort because it cuts off this entire section from... Or it cuts off these 2 sections from each other. Completely blocks them off. So this is a really good point to hold. In the hold? Good joke? Bad joke. Bad joke, but I had to go for it, alright? It was in the brain. I had to at least try. I don't think it was too far of a reach. Alright, our colony has been completed there, and we can complete the legacy of Garen Orkrend. A cause, a dream, and a destiny. The sword knows what it's doing. Balgar still does not quite feel comfortable with it in his hand, but a blade that has slain 100,000 orcs can add more to that total even in an uncertain hand. That, of course, is what Balgar is trying to convince himself as he takes his first steps outside of Ovdal Lodhum's walls since the fateful expedition which saw his father slain and a human encountered. The rest of that story was history, but today, Ovdal Lodhum's future is written, with a pen of steel and orcish blood as ink. Unlock the Slaughter the Orcs decision and we gain a large tolerance decrease of orcs. So much for the love hold. Seems that we only hold love for certain people. So slaughter the orcs. Oh god. Okay. Interesting. So what does this do? Province has an orcish majority. So is this just going to get rid of all of the orcs in the province? Oh, it will. Okay. Cool. I mean, I guess we'll work on that. Alright. We can state this up, and we will. We will be stating everything. Go ahead and combine. Get the general onto the regular troops, please. Thank you. Patch you up. Alright, we have 14,000 troops. Where to colonize next? So Mission Tree obviously wants us to go down the railway. I don't know. I think it might be time though for us to go to war here. Unfortunately, we can build over our force limit. We can take out some loans, or we can sit back and try and wait. It is possible. They are currently Tech 5. Honestly, I think it's now or never. I think it's going to be now or never. Because once they hit Tech 6, our very large advantage in combat prowess is going to go away. So I think in the next one, we are going to build up a lot of troops. And then we're going to go to war here. And we're going to hope that it works. But for today, I would like to thank you all for watching. And I hope to see you in the next one.